오늘도 지윤이가 돌아왔습니다. 일단 필수항목부터 소개해드리죠. 구독과 좋아요와 알림 설정까지 이 영상을 보셨다면 오늘도 Serious Silly Color 할 거예요. 재밌게 봐주세요. Serious Silly Color, Handsome and Grandson. Once upon a toadstool sat two guard gnomes. Their names were Handsome and Grandson. Handsome was a smart plastic gnome with a fishing rod, but Grandson was a toady old gnome with a peeling point. She had been chewed by a puppy when she was little, and she only had half a head. Handsome and Grandson had lots of friends in the garden. There were two rabbits, a wise button, a hedgehog, and a little stone boy who lived in the pond. Everybody in the beautiful garden would have been happy if it hadn't been for a mean old scarecrow. He looked after the vegetable patch. The scarecrow's job was to frighten the little birds away, but he liked to scare everybody else as well. He told horrible stories about the garden. Who owned the garden? He is as big as a giant, and has a dangerous lawnmower and an enormous dog. Sneaky. Everybody stared with fear except the bandit, who was always calm. The wicked scarecrow was especially mean to poor gnomes. This would be a pretty garden if it wasn't for a little half-head, he would say. One spring day, Handsome and Grandson meet their friends, the hedgehog. The two gnomes saw he had some little stuck to his back. "Let us help you. Look, it has worn on it." Handsome and Grandson could not read long words, so they went to find the wise button. "This is a good thing," said the button. "Who do you think will win?" As the rabbit hopped up and down, in the heart, and the button. "We will," shouted the little boy. "Not when the gnomes at home," muttered the evil scarecrow. Best garden competition next Sunday. That evening, as Handsome and Grandson were curling up under the toaster, they heard whispering from the vegetable patch. It was the scarecrow making an evil plan. "I will get rid of these gnomes forever. Then we will win the garden competition." Sneaky. Grandson was terribly upset. "Oh, Hammy, if it wasn't for my ugly looks, the scarecrow would leave you alone," he said. "Don't worry, Drew. I have a plan." As the moon came up, a long shadow fell across the toadstool. The scarecrow led the poor gnomes along the path vulture. Then they had ever been before. "I'm taking you for a midnight picnic." Sneaky. When they reached the wild part of the garden, The horrible scarecrow left them sitting in the blackberry bush. "Here's your picnic," he said. Then he went away, laughing. Sneaky! A little tear rolled down Grandson's plastic cheek. "Don't cry, Drew," said Handsome, pulling a stone from its bottom. "Look, I filled my fish bag with our little glowworm fish friends, and I sprinkled them all along the path behind us." It was true. All they had to do was follow the shiny path back to the toy store. "Drat," growled the Scarecrow. "Those nasty gnomes are home." Very early the next morning, when the dew was still in the garden, the harbor scream woke Handsome and Grandsome again. This time he took them to the very bottom of the garden. "Sneak there, mashed potato." "Oh, honey, this time we are really lost." "Well, Grandson, don't worry, Drew. I have another plan. I filled my fish bag with a little snails and scattered them all along the path." "Oh, honey, you're so clever," said Grandson, clapping her hands. But Handsome was not so clever. All the little robins flew out of the trees and ate the little snails. This time Handsome and Grandson were really lost. All day they stumbled through long nettles and broken flower pots. As it began to get dark, they came to a clearing, and there stood a funny little house with a light on the window. Handsome and Grandson were so tired they curled up on the doorstep. Suddenly, a huge hand reached out and pulled the little gnome inside. It was a gardener. "Two gnomes. All he needs is a quiet wife, and I'll put him out to dry. But oh dear, this one needs something far more serious." Handsome waited outside. He worried if he would ever see Grandson again. At last the door opened. Out came a gnome. She was very beautiful, with a lovely point face and a flower on her tail head. "Have you seen Grandson?" "Honey, it is me." The gardener pushed them back along the path to the toadstool. There now," said the gardener. Everything is ready for the competition. The vegetables are fat. My flowers have next been better. But the prettiest things in the garden are my lovely gnomes. All I need to do is get rid of this old scarecrow." But just as the gardener was about to carry the scarecrow to the bonfire, the garden gate swung open and in walked two ladies. They were the judges from the best garden competition. "Congratulations," they said. "You have won first prize." A man from the newspaper came too. "What a lovely gnomes," he said. Everyone had their photo taken. They were very proud of their beautiful garden. Everyone except the mean old scarecrow lying on the compost heap at the bottom of the garden. "Pooh, I hate gnomes." The end. 오늘은 여기까지 하겠습니다. 영상을 봐주셔서 감사합니다.